Hey, welcome to Daily Devo. My name is Diana, and today we are talking about leaving the wilderness. Hey, we have been talking about this series, looking at real people who found themselves in the wilderness. And we're trying to say, what can we learn from them and what can we learn about God and how He's interacted with them, even when they found themselves out in the wilderness. So, for the past few days, we've been studying Jesus. Did you know that He actually found Himself alone in the wilderness being tempted? And we've looked at all three of the temptations that have come His way. Well, good news today. Today, Jesus is leaving the wilderness in our text. So let's take a look at Matthew 4:11. Here's what it says. It says, "Then the devil left him, and angels came and attended him." Hey, Jesus had spent 40 days in the wilderness. That is 40 long days by himself. 40 days without food or water. That is more than a month that he was out there. And then he was tempted with these real temptations that pulled at him. And here we see in Matthew verse 11 chapter 4, verse 11, that he is at the end of this temptation. And I think this is important. Did you catch what the text said? Let's look back at it. It said that angels came and attended him. What that's saying is that the God of heaven cared for Jesus. He knew the struggle. He knew the weariness. He knew the loneliness. He knew the hunger, both real and metaphorical. And heaven moved close in compassion. Man, what a powerful thought for our daily Devo today, that Jesus was cared for and ministered to. His needs were met and his soul was fueled. Today, I just want to encourage you that the God of heaven draws near his people. He knows the weariness that the wilderness brings. Check this out. In John 4, verses 8 through 11, here's what it says. It says, "Whoever does not love does not know God, because," catch this, "God is love." So how did God show his love among us? This is what the scripture tells us. It says he sent his one and only son, Jesus, into the world that you and I might live through him. Verse 10, it says, "This is love, not that we loved God, but that he loved us first. And he sent his son as an atoning sacrifice for our sins." It says, "Dear friends, since God so loved us, we ought to love one another." You see, God is a God of compassion. God is a God who cared. God is a God who loved us first, especially in the wilderness season. And we see at the end of Jesus's time in the wilderness, heaven drew close with compassion. So let me leave you with this thought. God does not simply empathize with our struggle and our pain. He moves close. He moved close to Jesus when he was on planet Earth, and he moves close to you. He says, "A bruised reed he will not break. A wick, a fire that is dwindling, he will not snuff out." That he is slow to anger. He loves to lend his wisdom and his strength and his grace. And if he does have conviction, it leads to correction if we would just follow him. So today, take heart. God cares and he is for you, and he will care for you with compassion. Hey, and maybe others of you listening, there is somebody in your life that God has put to your mind that you can show a tangible expression of compassion and love to. What would it look like for you to draw near someone who's weary at the end of their wilderness season and to echo the love of Jesus to them in a tangible way? Think about that today, and we'll see you tomorrow.